Wow. I had to get the gayest music I could find because it fits him. The gayest music. That's kind of what he was listening to this weekend at War in the Woods. I was kind of like that. Let me bring this fucker on. What was you listening to this weekend? Was it?
Man, I was listening to Jelly Roll. What do you mean? It wasn't
No, it
gay.
wasn't Jelly Roll. That was before Jelly Roll. I know Jelly Roll. That was like.
I probably had some old stuff on.
Yeah, it wasn't old. It wasn't that old. It was like Dance Dance Revolution or whatever it's called. He was all
Whatever.
Oh. So before we get started, fucking work. All right.
Yep.
So that got that over with, and he has the fucking beat. So, man, what can I start with here?
I don't even want to know. I don't know. I'm still anticipating this. I don't even know what to think yet.
So what got you into racing? Was it Nick?
Nick, yeah, it'd be at fucking Toys R Us.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know Nick back then. I mean, when I met Nick out street racing, he was it was right around then. Nick was just like a young punk ass kid that playing his street hustle. Nick's always just been street. Man, I don't know. I got into racing because there was just so much of it out here. And honestly, the kind of funny thing is I fucking cheap fucker. the funny thing is like the original car, like my car, I bought when it was brand new, like off the showroom floor. So it was just like a fun banger blower car for a long time that we used to just go out and street race and mess around, nothing serious. And then actually Boost 12 had a red one, and it became a turbo car and stuff, and I thought that thing was nasty. So I slowly started to like clone his shit. And as he would figure out the bugs, I would order, the converter he had and like all the kind of stuff, like call it behind the scenes, and like put it together. And like by the time I had cloned that is kind of when he bought his black car, and like got like way more serious with everything. But we were never like, we used to do it, but we also were, from the time I was like 21, I always had a go fast boat, snowmobiles, bikes. So we just did a little bit of everything. I was never really serious about racing. And then when I started like wanting to race, I kept blowing up my mod motor all the time, and it just started pissing me off. So, eventually, like, I don't think we really got that serious with it until like maybe 5 years ago when I had bought my small block Ford that I used to have. I just like we got rid of the boat, we got rid of the sleds, and then just kind of zoned it on racing. Because I mean, I'm not a sore loser by any means, but I wasn't trying to lose all the time. It was getting old. I'd go like 1 or 2 rounds and blow up my motor or get run over by someone, and it just kind of got old. So, but I mean, we used to race out here on the street and stuff. There used to be like, but then as we got older, like the sitting in parking lots arguing about one race all night shit got old. So I just started liking the shootout deal way better, because it was just drama free. You just show up, you pay, you race, So like by us, there's a lot of crying going on in the north. So it's like about, just different races and stuff like that. So that's kind of what gravitated me away from the street and just trying to go to track stuff, is just because it's such a hassle up here. They want to do all sorts of shit to get rid of people that are fast and everything else. So that's kind of why I just follow around and go to these shithole outlaw tracks, because they're just fun to race on.
Do you like? I know you got a fast car and a fast motor and everything. Do you prefer taming it down and then tuning it to be the fastest, or do you want to see who actually? I mean, you want to line up next to Joey and see who can let them hang out and be the fastest, or do you?
Yeah, I definitely do. I mean, I would say my favorite races, like as a driver, is like stuff that is like you bring me to the fucking my buddy's texting me, nice hat, queer. Fuck you, bitch. Like I like to drive. Like driving is the most fun thing for me. Like if it's like, I went on radials a couple times and yeah, sure you can effortlessly go fast, but it just seems so straight, fast, quick, easy, done. Like going to places like, Onondaga, War in the Woods, US 60, Katy Dragway, all those kind of places, like those little outlaw tracks. Like I like them because you're not showing up to like a big production, a big track, like our home track, like where there's people there just strictly to make money. Usually you get like way better hospitality. We'll try. Except for last time I came to St. Louis, you all told me I was racing at Earth City and brought me to some slow ass asphalt roads. So I made a dick of myself. So not if that happens. You find like you go to there, the owners appreciate that you're there. The promoters appreciate that you're there. The fans like the people, the spectators, everybody appreciates it. So like, to me, that's really cool, like to get to do. And then, if you get yourself a bumpy track where it scares a lot of people, I always have found like, even if I miss my tune-ups or do stuff, especially like while I'm learning like this new combo and while I learned my last combo and stuff like that, the stupidity that goes through a lot of our heads to overdrive these cars because the tracks are so rough, that's what's fun. So I guess for me, like if you had to say what's your favorite race or your favorite kind of surface, like somewhere that's like a 490 to low 5-second surface, that's a tuner's race, right? Because like all of it, like not all of us, but a lot of us have cars that, if you put them on radials and figured out the surface, they're bottom 4-second power. But so I don't really like that. But I like being able to use some power because it's fun to go fast. But if you can go fast and a little sideways and a little sketchy and everything, that's my thing. Like I just love it because it's just, I'm real comfortable in this car. I'm real comfortable driving it. So I feel like that aspect always gives me a 5 out of 490. Yeah. That gives, I feel like I get it. Like I have a little bit of an edge on that stuff. Like maybe I don't, maybe I do, but like, I feel like whether it's just, I'll get back from a pass and my friends will be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'll be like, oh, was it bad? Was it out of shape? Felt nice and straight. Like it's like a zone, So I would say that kind of stuff right now is my favorite stuff. And like everybody that's been asking me to do, like, come to Salem, come here, come there, like I'm not even going to deal. There's so much of that racing right now, I feel like, that there's really just no point to spend the 6-8 hours, switch all my bar angles, switch everything, switch a stator, switch weight around, switch all the shit to go back to a slow surface. So then the next weekend I have to go right back to the same setup again, It's like between work and everything, it's just so much fucking work.
How much time does it take you to switch everything up to go from like a sketchy track to a non-sketchy track?
Well, like how I've ran the car prior years, I just do it in the laptop and put weight in, so nothing. How I'm trying to learn how to race and be smarter and like trying different stuff this year. Like this year, I still haven't gone to, yeah, I work, you fuck. I said I'm a miserable prick when I'm there too. Like I haven't gone to one race with the same bar angles yet this year. We've gone to 5 different races. Every race I've tried something. So, and I'm still not happy. So next weekend, when we go racing again, I'm trying something else. Like, because until I get the car where I feel it's good. And then I still have like everything, obviously notebooked of like what we try to do in Crossville, even though that didn't go that great. But we didn't change the stator. We didn't try to get ready for it. So I guess if there was like a big money race and we had to go slower, I'll figure it out. But when there's so much races in that, within that wheelhouse, it just seems like it's easier to just go to those races right now than it is to keep fucking with the car,
Fuck Charlie Bennett. Fuck Charlie Bennett.
He probably wants to yell at me about something.
No. What do they say? Oh.
Oh shit.
I know the last time I seen you on the streets, it didn't go well.
Well, no, remember you were actually with me after Onondaga. We were trying to test for Crossville, and I put those stupid Phoenix tires on my car, and it hated them. I actually came home the next day. I took them off. Remember we were looking at how small they were, like the rollout on them compared to just a standard Mickey 28 was. It looked like a 26. So yeah, they were horrible. I tried them 2 more times at home on a Virgin Road. It went nothing. And then I said, all right, I'm going to put Mickey's back on real quick and just see. And the Mickey went right down the road. So I'm gonna chalk that up to those tires. But because I did get a pretty good handle on the car on the street here. But then like you go to Crossville and it just the stator wouldn't accept it. I needed to make a converter change for it. And for that big of a race, I probably should have, but I was more focusing on trying to win Crossville with Nick's car because it's just way easier to do that.
Yeah, his car is more forgiving and it's more.
Yeah, it's very.
It's because it's down on horsepower versus everybody else's.
Yeah, you can actually run its ass off because it doesn't make the power, compared to where, I mean, at Happy's race this year, KD Dragway and US 60, the first 3 races we went to this year, the car never even saw over 8 pounds of boost. I think at Happy's race, it saw 3, so it's like, you can't, how much slower can you get without changing a stator and stuff? I'm running dump valves open, doing everything I can. And, it was working great there, running on low boost, which I was kind of surprised about. But I think I could figure it out. Like, it just, I'd have to go test again. But like every race, like look at the race that you were just showing that you're going to next week or this weekend. What's that called?
Park After Dark.
That's going to be a faster track, Yellow Belly's fast, US 60's pretty fast.
They're actually scraping the start line right now.
Yeah, so I guess it's kind of like there's a whole group of guys that backwards race, and everyone's all like, well, why don't they come to a tree side? Well, because they'll get their brains beat in, because they don't do it. So why don't I want to go to a backwards race? Well, because I'm gonna get my brains beat in because I haven't spent no time with the car doing it, So and it's just not fun for me. Like 6.0 shit, I don't know. It just doesn't seem fun. It's not.
It's like driving to the grocery store, huh?
Yeah, it just doesn't. It's just not. I don't know. I just don't like it. I mean, I like tuning Nick's car for it because it's cool and it's like 200 horse. Yeah, it's pretty close. I like helping him with his car because it works really well on that stuff, and it reacts really well to that stuff, and picking up ET in different ways, it reacts really well. But it's just not fun to run a car on like a pound of boost to me. Like I do want to go it'd be cool to go race some of the faster guys like Boost 12 and Beater Bomb and Ryan and everybody else on like Yellow Belly shit. Like I'm excited to do that. You know what I mean? Because we have the car to do it. We just had to figure out some wheelie stuff. So I'm excited to go do all that this year. If fuel doesn't go to $10 a gallon, if fuel goes to $10 a gallon, I'm putting a pool in the backyard and I'm gonna have legs like Jeff. I'm gonna shave the motherfuckers to get them tan.
Oh boy, you could always just go out to the lake, hang with your bros.
Oh, I see you did some digging, huh? Yeah, I actually hate that motherfucker now. That guy right there. I'd feed him to a great white.
Damn, I mean, y'all are like glasses to glasses.
Yeah, not anymore. Fuck that guy.
Wow.
Yeah, yep. That's how I feel.
Damn. Oh, so Ashley's car.
Yeah, Ashley's car we're excited for this year. We heard it at Onondaga last year because it had that 444 fuel pump deal, and like it had a pump or a relay or something go bad, and it went a little bit lean. You remember it? And then the CO2 bottle, the valve on the bottle stuck, so it just like pinned the wastegate shut when she raced that GTR, and it definitely and then it went lean to boot because it dropped the pump. So we dropped her motor off like maybe 6.5 months ago, like around Thanksgiving at Rich Crow RGR, and he's like arguably the best with coyotes. I don't even know what that means, Ash. But we get her motor back this weekend, so that's my project this weekend. Is we got to get cracking on her. Staring at all these parts that go in this engine compartment of a modern car, it makes me want to vomit all over myself. So there'll be a lot of words and tools and things getting thrown this weekend, I promise.
Wow. Wow.
That car pisses me off. Man, Corey's still sending me the picture of you with your baby on my body. Maybe you should post that for the fans. I don't know how.
No, I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time
Yeah, yeah.
for that. Oh, uh, what was I saying here? Somebody was saying something about. Oh, they asked if Ashley was a racer or she just looked good.
I mean, she does both
Both of
good.
them.
She does a
Both of
lot of
them.
stuff. She does a lot of good stuff. um,
I
but
was
no, I mean,
look out.
she's excited. I mean, um,
And that car's pretty damn fast
yeah,
for
it gets it for what it is for having like a stock trans and stock 6 speed and being on a 17-inch radial all the time and stuff. I mean, it's pretty badass. We just got her a set of 15s for when we go out of town for like the true street stuff with the cruise. So I think that'll help us pick up a lot. We changed the rear gear in her car. We changed turbos in her car. The motor's a little bit healthier in her car. So it should run. I mean, the car runs good, So
do
it's
you
definitely
do
a cool car.
you think up there? I know they have a bunch of I guess what would be. So I don't like the rural classes to death. Do you think that's one of the reasons why people don't travel up that way because they've got like a lot of rules?
I'm going to tell you what. So our area, and this is just like beating a dead horse, right? Like it just doesn't end. Like when we don't have outlaw tracks, we have one track and it's fast, and then we have 41 that's kind of ours, right? That's like 2.5 hours from us, and it's fast. So you get guys that can come to races like War in the Woods and run 550 and be competitive, but then they can't run. Yep. Yeah. Hey, Matt, how'd that crypto thing you invested in go today? That whole thing got shut down. You still heard about that 2,400 you lost?
Oh boy!
I almost invested in it. The website closed right before I could. Thank God, faggot. So they so you had people like Hendricks in here, Boost 12 always, Lucas back in the day, Tony V. You had a bunch of gangster cars like when Cots was around. That got really, really fast. So your average guy, like how I was coming into this with the street car, you just couldn't get into small tire and even go around. You know what I mean? Like the only way you'd go around is if you raced another slow car, but there wasn't any in small tire. So that immediately made like them come up with like a junior trim in our area, which it was a 26-inch tire, full exhaust, run them out the back door, which is what I did forever. And then we ended up putting this motor in the car, and Trent didn't like how fast it went, so I got kicked right out of that class. And then they made 275, which was like charging cooling class on a drag radial on no prep, which kind of turns it into a little bit of a tuner's race. But we've all evolved, like in this area, like Chicago, the small tire cars up here that are 275 cars. Yeah, I know you guys were gangsters. I mean, they used to run the Grinch on I believe a 235 tire on no prep and just get the fuck down in like the 26 classes. I mean, that car was cool as hell between Trevor and Chappie. But they, it just got carried away. So there ended up being a big split in cars, and that created rules here. But now, if you were to take our home track away and give us Onondaga, or give us Warren Brown County, or give us US 60, you could go away with all the rules, right? Because the cars will only run a certain number. Like, yes, the person that puts in the most time and tests the most is always going to have a little bit of an edge on the guy that just shows up at the local races and wants to bitch until the rules fit his car only so that he can have a chance, right? But he doesn't put the work in. So that's like the biggest flaw in our area. But collectively in cars here, I promise you, I don't know if there's an area with a faster group of cars. It's just that they don't travel and race because they beat themselves in their head before they ever even get there, or before they ever even leave here. It's like, oh fuck, Joey's racing here. I don't even know why I'm racing, and now I'm racing here, so I don't even know why we're going. Mork shouldn't be allowed in that class. Shouldn't be allowed in this. So that's kind of why, to this point, my car has always stayed a 12-point cage street car, because we used to have cage rules. You couldn't have a halo. you couldn't have a 25.5 in these classes. You had to have a radiator. It's still got a radiator. You have an alternator. It's still got an alternator. No push pull. We don't push pull. That's why. Because to come here and race in that stuff, that's just how it is here. But it's because we have fast tracks and we had really fast people, so it's like, who would have ever thought 10 years ago, man, I wish we had a shithole track, because in 2020, that's what all the racing is going to be on, Instead, we have a gangster track that you could run well into the fours without ever being there before. And that they cried that it was a piece of shit, so they just resurfaced it again. And I haven't even been there, and that's where the race is that you'll be on the 10th. But it's like they just repaved the whole thing, and that was the fastest place already that I'd race at all year, up until this point. Now I'm thinking it might be kind of green because there's no base on it or nothing. So it might be a little bit of a shitty race. I don't know, especially on
It'll probably come around, though. It'll probably come around. Like
yeah.
Most tracks do.
Right. So, I mean, I know my buddy Matt that was commenting in, he just put his car up on the parachute mount and on that parachute mount. And which one? Oh, that one. He pretty much totaled the car, because they prepped it, and he went there Sunday. It had prep on it, and he left on a soft tune and put the thing on the parachute mount, blew the strut towers out of it, blew the rims off it, the oil pan off it, everything. So obviously it's already working if you prep it, right?
Yeah.
But Joey's there right now, and he texted me and said that it's a nice smooth track, but it's still green. It's not no radial track yet.
Yeah. Do you when they start adding the rules, and then you make your car abide by the rules, and they're still bitching, what else can you do?
Well, I guess what they would all like to see me do is they would like to see me never race 275. They would like to see me race 25 2 cars with big block twin turbo Hemis like Joe has. So they don't want me in the class, even though I fit the class. They don't think I should be in the class because we've been successful racing in the last couple of years. Yeah, because we fixed your whole car in there. He came to it last year. We fixed his fucking head gaskets, and then I lined up with him second round, and my fucking what happened to my car? Oh, my master cylinder took a shit. I couldn't stop. I went to the line. I couldn't stop, and the fucking brakes locked on. So I just let them go. I still tried to make it fast with no brakes, but they were locked on.
That sounds about right. That sounds about right with you.
I worked for all that good karma all night in the garage with them. Got his heads resurfaced and everything. Then he fucking beat me because my shit fucked up. But yeah. So I don't know. It's like it's kind of. I was just talking to Codis about it last night. He's like, "What are you gonna race in?" I'm like, I guess we'll see where the cars all go. But he knows. But that's why. And now, there's no more cage rules anymore. So obviously, I have to put a cage in this car. It's way too fast for not having a halo and shit. If I put it in a bad situation, it could be a bad outcome. So this is the last year we're going to push it through that. I just don't know. I guess we're going to see where the cards fall. If we get there and there's a million small tire cars, maybe we'll just jump in that if I feel like doing. But the problem is that our other buddy here, he's won the last few of those. Well, Joey's won it in his car, in Zach's car. And I just found out last night that they put that car back in 275. So it makes me want to get back in 275 because otherwise he's just going to walk away with it. I just don't feel like letting him do
that. So, and Boost 12, but people don't understand. Boost 12's an OG. He's an OG. I remember watching him back in the day.
Yep. He was probably the most successful no prep racer to come out of this area by far. Back then, and when he got a line on that car, and now it just came back out last year. I mean, it's not a joke. Every race he went to at the end of the season, he won.
Yeah, I remember watching before, even when we were street, when you used to go to street stuff, he was feared on the streets.
Yep. Well, he puts his time in, Joey will be out there testing his twin turbo Hemi car before Crossville on 16 different asphalt roads every night of the week, and he'll work for it. So that's what happens when you get someone that's dedicated and wants to work for it. That's the result you're always going to get, and myself, I've never been a tester. Like as soon as I got an aluminum rotted motor, I was like, oh, a test, fuck that. I don't want to hurt this. I want to put all the laps on it all year, you know. So I
we're
don't
on
want to.
limited amount of passes here with aluminum
Yeah,
rods here.
yeah. My engine builder asks me every year. He's like, how many passes are you going to take motor? And I'm like, until December 1st. Yeah, whatever. I'm not counting. I'm like, you better build it good, you know, because that's how many it's getting. If it gets up 200, it gets 200. I don't fucking care. I'm not rebuilding it mid-season. So, but this year I'm trying to change that a little bit, you know. So I also test it. If I don't drive really far, I'm not scared to test in competition either. Like try something like at MKE, that's like always my race that I test something at because I'm an hour from home, so I don't fucking care if I lose. Oh well, right? Like I'd rather try something and lose there than drive 10 hours and lose. So that's usually like the kind of races I like to test at is at home. Yep. You were probably his one day too.
Yeah, he's an OG, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Joey's OG now.
Yep.
Triple OG. I remember when because we did it was pretty much a no prep back before COTS. We did one here, and man, every other race was a wreck. I mean, literally into the walls, tearing shit up. I mean, we were at the track for, God, it seems like forever. And I was like, man, ain't nobody fucking want to wad their shit up for this stuff. Look at the shit now. I mean, wow,
Dude,
who would have thought?
I know.
Who would have thought? Fucking 15 years later, that's the shit right now.
I know. It's all about where can we bring these guys that's worse because they figured this one out. So what's worse?
Yeah.
You know, it's like hold my beer. Brown County pops up. You know, like it's horrible. I mean, the races are horrible. The facilities are god awful. They're dirty. You know, they beat the shit out of the cars, and we're all there racing them. So, you know,
Yeah.
say what you want, but that's what's going on. You know, so I don't know. I think personally, you know, CODIS is like the only last one standing here trying to try to do.
Is
No,
COTS still a thing?
so COTS was Heyo, Steve, and Trent's baby, and then they had a falling out. Our COTS turned into anarchy. Trent ran it with half hate, half support between the OG COTS guys and the guys that were local and just wanted to place the race. And honestly, this place will cry you right out of being a promoter. It's tough. I mean, you know, like I said, Trent gave it up this year. This is going to be the first year we haven't had a COTS or anarchy since fucking 2010 in our area. So it's 2 good races a season that are gone. So we got 2 races left. You know, we got at that track, and then we have another couple races that they do at. Yeah, he did. Yeah, when you and your sick friends were eating worms and minnows on the Father Son canoe trips.
Was that before the roids, or I guess that was before the
Dude,
roids.
I was like Landon's age, you know. We were camping across from the nude beach with binoculars.
Oh boy! Wow.
So COTS is done, Anarchy's done for now. So 41's gonna have a couple races. CODIS is gonna put this race on June 10th, and then another one I think September 11th. And you know, that's it. That's all we got left. I mean, that's part of the reason why me and the wife are trying to get the fuck out of here. I want to move south because we drive south every other weekend, and it's, you know, between fuel prices and just time, we're getting, oh God. It's the story that goes with that is disturbing.
Oh my God. Oh shit.
Fuck. Yeah, that was a big black guy on the new beach trying to come to our canoes to get beer. My dad almost slapped him in the Jimmy with the paddle, I think.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's my birthday
September
weekend.
16th, 17th. There you go.
Yeah,
all right.
That's the birthday weekend.
Oh. So that's it. That's all we got here. You know, that's why I was made a post. I was trying to get people here. I mean, you know, your car won't get dirty. It's a nice facility. You know, it's in between like an outlaw track and like going to NH or like an IHRA track. So like it's huge. You know, there's good concessions. We hang out, we camp, we have a good time. Like no lack of a good time out here with that kind of stuff. But I mean, it's a place to go fast with your cars. You know, you're gonna have to go faster to be competitive for sure. And I think, you know, so I don't get, you know, I don't know. It's just like, is that what keeps people out of here? Or is it just because they can go race somewhere 2 hours away from their house, probably if they live 6 hours south, so they don't have to come here, right? Like I have no choice. I have to go there because there's no racing here. So I think the two of those things deter them, you know, like, oh, I don't want to go race Boost 12 at his home track. One, and two, why would I drive 6 hours when, yeah, I know there is. We were looking at Dallas area. We were looking in Oklahoma. We looked in Tennessee. I think we're going to park ourselves in Knoxville if we can find a house. But so it's just, I don't know. I like, you know, that's why CODIS wanted you to come here to see if that would do, to see if that would help get anybody to travel, you know, and, you know, make it, I'm kind of just guilt tripping people that I race with all the time down south and trying to get them to come here for, I'm like, it's one fucking event. Let's go, you know? So
Yeah.
one time. So I hope we
Jasper
can put a
asked
turnout.
about how you like them oilless turbos.
I love them. I mean, I don't, there's no oil lines. They make endless amounts of power. You know, I haven't even begun to get in their ass any. They spool instant. I mean, it's as simple as fucking, you know, like I laugh every time I grab my Harbor Freight grease gun after every event and give it a couple shots. It's just funny, you know, but, so far they're fucking gangster, you know, I got nothing but good things to say about them. Like when they're going on Ashley's car, they're going on Schoolboy's car. You know, Rankin has them. He beats the shit out of them. A couple guys down south just ordered them through me. So so far, I think they're a great product. The only thing I've heard bad about them is from people that roll race their cars or their caddies or this or that. And then when I'm like, hey, how much did you grease them? Well, I mean, they said they were good for 3,000 miles. You know, there you go. Like, you know, sure, they're good for 3,000 miles of city driving, not fucking beating the shit out of them. So, yeah. I mean, it's grease, you know, you give it a few shots every here and there. And what, you know, I mean, I over grease the fuck out of them probably, but I don't care.
Yeah. Have you ever been flagged by this guy?
Is that Chris? Yeah. At Magnolia, I have. Yeah, I didn't see that video. That's good. That's fucking funny. Yeah, I have. Yeah, no, Chris did a good job flagging when we were at Magnolia both times.
Oh man, that shit.
He didn't fucking long hold me on the light.
Well, no, he's showing you how many times he's like.
You always know it's him from a mile away because he wears that big ass hat, like a big ass hat every time.
Yeah.
Chris is a good dude.
I didn't long hold you, man. I tried to keep you honest, and
that just shows I didn't know that was your job.
You're not honest.
I was just trying to fucking get that light, and that right lane was junk. I needed something. Air dicks. Yeah. Let's get that picture of Happy in the backyard.
Oh, speaking of.
Oh, great.
Speaking of, where'd it go?
Can't wait.
Oh shit. Is this you and the crew? The crew, no, man. They remind me of you. Which one is you?
No, that doesn't remind me of me at all.
Yeah, it does.
No,
it does.
Nope. It does. No, sir.
Hold on.
You're an idiot. You know that.
The one in the middle.
How about Jeff's legs? How does that look in there?
The one in the middle. There you go.
What a dick.
Give y'all a visual. Did you lose a bet here or what?
No. So there's a couple guys back home, and they always fuck with me. Like if we're at a track, they'll always ask me for help. But then on the internet, they fuck with me, and they're just strict grudge racers, like nitrous grudge racers. Well, this dude Zay. He's a black dude and has dreads and stuff. So obviously he looks like fuck Whoopi Goldberg. So I ordered a Whoopi shirt and showed up to the driver's meeting with it on to fuck with him. So he and then we said his boy Scotty looked like Cheddar Bob. He does too.
Oh boy.
Yeah, the Whoopi shirt was pretty fucking funny if you knew who Zay was. Yeah. Oh fuck.
Well, I seen Happy with the 90210 shirt on, and then I seen that. I don't even know if I still got. Man, I might have to make a post on it and do a comparison. Who wore it better, Happy or you? Watch for that tonight. Maybe we'll do it.
Yeah, I can't wait.
We'll do it.
Fucking get harassed some more today. I need a break.
Yeah,
Yeah, he does look like Cheddar Bob, and you know it.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh. Uh. What's up? What's up? What's up? So, uh, you went out. How many events you went this year? And
We've gone to 5. We've gone
you've
to
taken home money.
we've taken home money in all of them. We haven't won all of them, obviously, but we've been in the semifinals and then finals and won 2. So not bad, for the new combo. I'm not mad at it. I mean, I could last week and the week before, I'm very confident if I won the lane choice, those are wins, but there's no excuse to it. The only excuse is I have to figure out how to get faster in a bad lane, right? So, like I said, I'll be going somewhere again next week with another set of bar angles until this thing's happy. Because I can tell there's tons of time to pick up, and all the tracks are fine in the front half. The bumps are just really upsetting the way I have the car right now. Like last weekend, I mean, from 300 feet on in the right lane, the car would decelerate. It was spinning so bad. I pulled it down to 3 pounds of boost. Anything I could do, and Jeff, I think we pulled it down to 2.5 pounds of boost on the big end. It was still spinning, like it just wouldn't stop. So it was fine in the front, and then we were trying not to get after it real hard in the front and hit the bumps a little smoother, and see if that would work. And I told him he needed to fucking come. That was, that he was there in the fall one. So him and Cody fucked me. But there was a 3/10 difference for me between lanes. So, I call it what you want. I asked Jeff right away. I said, which lane you want? He goes, left. I'm not stupid. I'm like, all right. So I told little man, I said, hey, however you flip this coin, whatever you call it, just know you're winning the race right here, buddy. You're losing it. And then, we lost the coin flip. And I just said, I'm taking a stab at the light because I needed to make up ET somewhere. And it didn't go our way. And I don't even know that right lane was so bad. I mean, Jeff still was coming right by at 500 feet until the car hooked, and then it went right back, but still, I mean, obviously I had a good jump on him. So, I mean, he had a faster car in that lane, but if we reran that and flipped lanes, I think I know what the outcome would be. It was just a rough lane, but I mean, his car ran great. So, I mean,
I know he made when he made a buy run in the right lane, he made a pretty decent.
Yeah, he
decent
did.
lick.
I was hoping he wanted the right lane because he made a decent hit. Like, I feel that his car was working better in the right lane for sure than mine was. You know what I mean? But he was also duplicating it in the left lane, and I couldn't. So that, like I said, it's on me. And so did Nick. He's on the street in Ohio, I think. So I mean, you just got to figure out. But I'll tell you, every time I've gone to Brown County, you take the data you have and throw it right out the fucking window because this time it does this, and then they try to fix this, and then this time it does this, and they try to fix this, and it's almost like everything they fix, they just keep adding worse transitions. So it went from, I wasn't at the very first one. I heard that one was really, really rough, and then they ground it down some, and I didn't think it was that bad in the spring, and then they put, except for the right lane, remember it had that nasty dip in it? It was bad. When you hit that, it felt like you ran over a deer. And it almost scared me. I thought I broke the rear end in the car when I hit it the first time. So that was uneven as fuck. That was just it was me and Ryan in finals, and we split because we knew whoever won the coin toss was going to win. It was just fact. And then last year we won in the right lane, but it was it is, and it was different. When my car went over it, the whole car bunny hopped. And now this year, I don't even know what they did to it, but it's fucked.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you call me and tell me? I must be blind.
Speaking of that, so that he's hold on, don't want to interrupt you there, but now that he's watching, y'all see
That's
resemblance
me and
here?
Billy are good.
Y'all see resemblance?
Hey, Billy, look what you got to look forward to in 10 years.
Look at that. Look at that, man.
Buddy. Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that.
That's funny.
Wow. Oh, isn't that cute?
Yep.
Isn't that cute?
That's cute.
Well, if I had a body like yours, I wouldn't wear a shirt. I wouldn't wear a shirt.
I don't like being hot, man. I got a problem with heat.
Well, I don't either. I got a full head of hair. That's why I shaved my head.
I don't know how we were talking about that. I don't know how you stand out there in the middle of the track like that, fucking all day long.
Man, I'm a pillar. It burns and then it's gone a day or two later. It's just
Yeah.
gone. I like covering up my scars because I got a fucking full head of scars. Speaking of scars, I remember back in the day, you used to like to go out and night on town and have some fun.
Yep. Too much fun.
Now that you're older, are you funned out?
No, I just grew up. That's all. Like I was a man child for a long time, and every time I drink, I get in trouble, and we just don't drink no more. I mean, I'll drink at the track and stuff, but I don't go out to bars no more. I mean, it's just in this area, man. It's a lot of hostility. Like you go to a bar, and it's just everybody wants to fucking fight. So that's what you do. You fight. There's just a lot of it. So a lot of hospitals, people put in hospitals, a lot of almost getting arrested, a lot of it just ain't worth it. Got too much to lose now. Yeah, I know. I know. She she bared with me through it all. uh,
And y'all been together for a long time.
since she was like 19, yeah. So 17 years.
Congrats, man. Congrats. It's nice to have I call my old lady the warden because that's what she is. She
Yep.
keeps me in line. And but if you can find somebody that lets you be you, man, that's a keeper right there, man.
She'll
And
let
then
me be this
she like
version of me, like I was like up here and now I'm way down there, but everyone still thinks I'm way up there. They just didn't meet me when I was up there. Like 5, 6 years ago, I was fucking retarded. So, uh, yeah,
she chopped you and she got you in line though.
yeah, it's like figure out what's important in life, and that's it. So we kind of ditched everybody that we were friends with that still go out to the bars and do nothing but drink every fucking night, and we go racing as a family. It's way more
There you
fun
go.
and
Yeah.
keeps you out of
And
trouble. And
me stalking your Facebook page, there's a lot of pictures of you and the family out, and that's good, man. That's good stuff. Especially
yeah,
enjoying it with the family.
yep, absolutely. Yeah, we have a good time. I mean, there's a lot of laughs in that truck and memories being made and stuff. So, and it's just getting started, really. Like I mean, that's I had a lot of different buddies kind of coming and going, and yeah. Um, and like now that it's just like me and her and my kid, usually unless like a couple of our close buddies can make it, but it's hard because everyone's got shit to do, so it's not their car, they're not racing, so if they got things to do, they got things to do. But if you don't have the same help week in and week out, your racing is always not consistent, so like she became a gangster at fucking lining me up and helping me pit and packing the chute and doing all that stuff. And now it's like, that takes all the weight off your shoulders, right? Because it's like when we were
It's
teaching
something that you ain't
her,
got to worry about. It's something,
exactly. And when we were teaching her and like, or like, it's like, hey, this weekend I have this buddy coming and this weekend I have this buddy coming. And like, I mean, no shit, if you're the wrong person's putting you in the fucking groove or not watching for something or checking the track. I mean, you see how she is. The track officials hate her because she's walking 200 feet and dragging them with her to mop shit up, which I
yeah.
love it. You know what I mean? I'm laughing my ass off in the car because I've heard people tell her before, like at US 60, like, ma'am, this is no prep. And she's like, yeah, it's no prep. It's not oil prep, like fucking clean it. But
Yeah.
but she's on top of it. So it's like, it just gives me a whole new sense of comfort in the car. And then when she's racing, I do it for her and it just works, So yeah, you got to fucking earn your keep, you got to fucking put your time in because when you're in the car, you make me do it.
I figure she'd be used to that heat because she's powder coating and everything. So
She's fucking nuts. She just sits out there and fucking and just bakes in the sun. It fucking makes me sick. I get home from work and then we get in the car. It's 90 degrees out. She put the windows down. I'm locking her out. I'm like, fuck you. This is an air conditioned family, Like fuck that. Like I hate it. So
somebody asked,
no,
I'm curious, what do you do for a living?
I run heavy equipment since I've been like 19. I'm in the union. I usually run a backhoe. And I fucking hate it. I'm done. I'm trying
You look
to
like
quit.
you look like a backhoe.
I like a backhoe thing. I don't know what that means, but okay.
You look like one. Backhoe. The backhoe part of it.
Fucking idiot.
Uh, that's So, out of all the places that you've been racing, what do what's the best place you've been to?
Um,
Either win or lose. Either you won or lost. Oh, I'm sure the wins are going
like,
to be
like my
higher.
favorite track,
Yeah.
I have to say my favorite track owner to date is Michael Newcomb down at Crossville. Like, dude's awesome. Like, you need my lift in the fucking shop, use it. You need your car's wheelie and you want me to make you some let, like, hands down, like, Southern hospitality, right? Like, up here, we don't get that. Like, the guys at our track, they fucking, I wish I could never went to this track again in my life because I can't stand the owners. I just go there to support Freddie and Mike. But I would say to date, that's definitely one of my favorite track owners. When you go down to US 60 between Robert and Quinn, you get great treated, fucking awesome. That track's always gangster. It's always fun to be at. I mean, who can complain about the fucking show that Jeff puts on, right? I don't know, man. That's hard. Like, there's some fun fucking races, and it's like almost you go, like that. I just went to that Benton, Missouri place last week. It's been abandoned for 13 weeks. We show up there. Everyone was super cool to us, like we're so excited to have us come there and everything. It was a cool ass track. It was virgin. It was fun. It's like you start finding these little holes in the wall. I don't know, but as far as like an actual track owner that like relatable wise, that's like made my experience awesome, and we've also won there, is Crossville. I would say Michael Newcomb, he's a good dude, but I don't. There's a ton of them now. It's like when's the last time you've gone to a track and got treated wrong? Right, really, right, with the kind of racing we're doing, it just doesn't
No.
happen. So it's like not even fair to say that because it just happened to be when I was there. I needed some stuff. It was a brand new setup, and he let me like put the car on the lift there and go and do bar angles and stuff. So he was just super cool, dude. He fucking left the lights on at 3 a.m. and told us to make hits if we want to, just don't crash. I ain't never seen that in my life.
No.
So he's cool for sure. That whole area.
What's the worst that you can think of?
The worst how? Like the worst experience or the worst
Yeah.
the
Yeah. I
worst
guess
surface or the worst what,
anything.
Just somewhere I'd like never go back to.
Yeah.
Should I even say that? Is that even nice? I don't even want to deter people, I guess. Man, I don't know. I've never really had a bad track experience, like I'd never go back to that fucking road they put me on in St. Louis. What he's talking about in there earlier. That's for sure. Fucking it's like I put a 640 tune up in the car and it wouldn't even go down the road. Yeah. Yep. Definitely.
That's that track in Arkansas, right?
It's cool, man. Like the shutdown is shorter than Warren Woods by far. So, and again, like we talked about, the track is pretty quick. The lanes are a little bit uneven. But if any time that the shutdowns is exciting as the fucking the 660, like, oh, I love it. It's fucking sick because you got to be perfect everywhere, right? Like it just adds another 660 feet of excitement for me, I guess. So that was a cool track. It was really cool. They have they had a motocross track in the back that was abandoned. My kid was gone for 15 hours. He had the time of his life. So
hell yeah.
it was definitely cool. But man, I don't know. I don't have anything bad to say about anybody or anybody's track. Even if I did, I don't think I would say that. I guess I'd probably say it more about our home track than anything, to be honest with you, because the two guys that own it are crabby old fucks. They just, they just rubbed me the wrong way, but maybe it's because I'm here.
Can you imagine have you been to KD?
I have. We just won there on my birthday, April 3rd. We were just there a month ago. And then the only other time I was there was for their biggest Midnight Madness, and I lost by like 3/4 of a car in the final.
Is that the one where the hill is?
Yeah, that place is wild, man. It's you can't prepare for that stuff. Like the hill like shoots you. Not only does it like it doesn't look like when you're in the car going, I'm not gonna say how fast I went there, but when you're going well over 100 mile an hour and you take that transition and you got to take it under throttle, it like you're like looking up like you're riding a power wheelie, you know, like it's aggressive. And then not only that, but it narrows really fast. So it pitches and it shoots the cars. Like if you come through, like me and CJ had a drag race there, and dude, we were like steering away from each other because it's like shooting you in the middle at each other. It's fucking nuts, you know.
Wow.
I mean, and then it narrows to one lane. There's no lights up top, and then there's no rail up top. Nothing. You just go right off the side into the trees, and people have done
That's
it.
what people. That's
But
what people were talking about.
but once you make a couple hits in it and you realize what's going on, you don't need to pull your shoe. You actually got to accelerate to get up that hill. You know what I mean? Like you won't just coast to the top of that hill.
Yeah, yeah. That's
So
what people. That's what I think Michael was saying. He goes, you still got to be on the brakes because that hill ain't gonna. It'll slow you down, but it ain't gonna stop you.
see, I think like, yeah, I mean, obviously like your initial thought is you jam the brakes, right? And then like it's like you did it too much. So then you end up having to accelerate again. But as far as a bad surface, dude, I don't know that there's many others like it. It's like me and Ashley were walking it and I'm like, which 3-inch crack are we gonna run over and which one aren't we gonna run over? Like I mean,
Wow.
I swear to God, there's fucking grass growing in the middle of the track when I was there a couple of years ago. Like we got there and walked the track, and my buddies are like, "Dude, this isn't worth it. Let's just go home." And I like looked at him like, "I just drove 7.5 hours. We are sending this motherfucker. You know, not a chance." So cool. I mean, another cool experience, right? Like I would suggest everybody go race there that doesn't have a car that sits too low to the ground because you'll rip the fucking front end off it.
Yeah. And you went for Midnight Madness?
I went for
Did you
one
go for
Midnight Madness 2 years ago, and
that?
then they just had that that black guy had a fucking shootout. What a prize he was.
Oh
Um,
boy.
you know what? If you want to talk about that would be my dislike is that guy. You know, he told me I shouldn't have won. His buddies that were there were supposed to win. That he brought for his, little tour he does. He tries to do like a tour like how JJ does. He told us, oh man, all sorts of shit. He told me I could bump and then and I was coming in second. Well, he starts pointing at me and I'm like, no, I'm coming in second. You know how I like to come in second. And because I'm not going to burn anybody else down, but I don't feel like they'll treat me the same. I've had a bad experience, so I just won't do it. And so finally, I just like tagged it and bumped right away, in case. And they locks the other guy in. And I went up to him after I'm like, dude, what the fuck was that? He said I was coming in second, got the bump. He's like, I don't need you to bump. I know when your car's ready. I'm like, oh, now you know when a turbo car is ready. You just know because he's like, yeah, I can hear it. I'm like, oh, you can hear it. You could, So I was like, fuck this guy. So we just staged like,
Oh.
yeah. I don't even know which part, Ashley. Like he told us, he goes, just be patient. My big flashlight lost, so I went to AutoZone. He got like the $2 little pen flashlight. He's like, sometimes the button works and sometimes it doesn't. I'll just keep clicking it until it comes on. And Ashley's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because I was getting the car ready. And then she goes, well, how do you know it's a jump? He goes, oh, well, I know. And Ashley goes, every time you light the flashlight, you close your eyes. How the fuck do you know? And like it was unbelievable, dude. But like, so we just started staging my car like a nitrous car because it spools plenty fast. So I just started having her put me on the line and stage it like that because I felt like it was just a matter of time before that's how he was going to get me,
Yeah. And and that was the old motor, right? When it took a little bit longer.
That was this year. Right? That was this year.
This year?
Yeah. Oh. Yep. That was the new setup. Yeah. The old motor, it didn't have quite the balls this one does. So it was like double the time. This one will spool in like 1.5, 1.8.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I noticed that because I usually give a little head nod like, yep. All right, we're fixing to go. So that gives the guy that if it's going to be going in second, if he's a turbo car, especially if he's going against a nitrous car, then I'm just going to chop this guy. Hold on. I don't do. Where'd it go? I don't do. I don't do that. I don't do that. So I chop.
I wish you would.
And then this guy bumps in. I lock him in. That's it. I mean, that's just.
Yep. No, it's super simple. Yeah, it's easy. There's no drama to it. It's very. It's like going up a tree.
And if the guy takes longer than 5, I'll count to 5 in my head. If it takes longer than 5, and I'm dropping my arms and banging the light, whether he's ready or not. Which some people have had problems bumping in, and they were ready for the like Ryan Mitchell. He was like, he goes, I put the wrong bump in it. He goes, I was pulling up and I just waited on your 5 count, and when you hit the light, I left.
Yep.
So, to me, I know tracks are 7 seconds, but man, 7 seconds seems
Seven
like a
seconds is too
really
long.
that's a long time to be on a break.
If you can't figure out how to stage your fucking car in 5 from the time somebody gets in, then you're just something's wrong with you. Go back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
Plus, then you get I feel like on the 7 second stuff, and this is where I went wrong at Marion last year, which was another one of my favorite tracks that Jegs bought, so we'll never get to race there again. They said courtesy staging. They said, so if you're a turbo car and you get 2 lights, both of you spool courtesy stage. So in the semifinals, the guy next to me got a light. I got a light. I laid on it. My car back then took 4.5 seconds to be desired boost. So call it 5. I bump in, right? Well, now he's got 7 seconds. Well, he counted every last one of them, right? So now I'm on my brake for 12 seconds, and then the tree took another 3 to drop. And as soon as I let off the button, it blew the trans line out, and I almost hit the wall. And thank God it wasn't at 500 feet. Well, I knew he did it on purpose because he's a fucking jag-off and he was scared to lose. So exactly. So being a jag-off in return, I parked my car in the middle and let the whole trans fluid fucking dump all over the track. So then I came back and he goes, man, you were going to beat me. I had to try something. Well, that was when I snapped and I went after everyone they had. I fucking went nuts because I'm like, really, you're going to try to kill me and damage my fucking equipment because you're scared to lose some petty $3,500 race, you fucking, so I cannot wait to stage with that guy again. I got about 15 different scenarios in my head on how he's going to get shoved up his ass.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And then I'm going to get out and hit him with my fucking helmet too. Wow. Yeah, don't even talk. I hate that motherfucker. So anybody that does that kind of shit, you're dead to me,
Is it this guy?
Yeah, I hate him as equal.
Oh man. So somebody asked, have you been on the Street Outlaws?
We filmed in Chicago just because all the Chicago big tire guys didn't show up because there was I guess a last minute miscommunication about whether they were coming or not coming, and then everyone said fuck it, they didn't do it. So Juice in back by us had asked us all to come step in and just put on a show, so we just did it to go have fun. I actually didn't want to. Ashley talked me into it. She's like, it'll be a cool experience, let's just go see what it's all about. I mean, we had a good time. It was fun. It was just an experience seeing those fucking cars go down the street that fast. I mean,
yeah.
As soon as the first one went down the road, I was like, my car is broken. The thing it broke, it's broken. I can't race because I knew it was just going to be an ass rape. So there's nothing you could do about it.
Did y'all race on J Road?
Yep. The good old J Road.
Is that
She's
road
gone? She's gone. You can race on it, but they did it in 3 stages. Remember, it was real long, so they're starting it again way up, but it's a virgin shit asphalt road again. It's nothing like it was. It won't ever be like that again. Yeah. So they turned it into some truck route.
Oh boy, and
that's what they're working on.
Trucks are just going to beat that road to death.
Yep, and I think it's probably going all concrete and stuff too. So that was a gangster road. We raced there for a lot of years.
Yeah.
So,
what does it take to be competitive in the no prep scene as far as time?
It just depends where you want to go. The nicer the surface, the faster you got to go. If you want to go race cars out of Texas and some of our local fast cars, I mean, you got to be able to go mid 4s on a slick, but if you want to go race at War in the Woods, I just watched a fucking mid 5-second car go to the semifinals, so it really there's no correct answer for that. It just depends. I mean, and that's exactly why I feel like promoters keep taking us to worse and worse tracks because the slower guy can win. I mean, on some of these tracks, I wish I had Schoolboy's car instead of mine. You know what I mean? Because it's just easy for me to just put the wood to that thing and run a number compared to thinking calculating how much power I got to pull out of mine, because it makes 200 horsepower, like someone said earlier. Yeah, so
but
when you make 200 horsepower, you give it the whole dick.
You can tune yours to go whatever you want. You can go as slow as you want, or you can go as fast as you want, but you got to a lot more to it.
Theoretically, I mean, shit, I had pulled a couple plugs and plug wires on one bad street. And that was the only way I got down it a couple of years ago. You know, it was real bad. I ran it on 6 or 7 cylinders.
But with the new motor, it really isn't. I mean, you're kind of like kicking it in the balls if you're turning it down too low.
Like I said, I could put a really loose stator in it. You know, I mean, we ran at Happy's race. We ran the car on 3.5 pounds of boost. It ran well. You know, so I guess my range this year, you probably won't see me anywhere that's slower than 560, 570 will be it. You know, like kind of like how Happy's race was then. I mean, that place is gonna fly now. Now it's gonna fly so much you're gonna go right out in the fucking trees because there's nowhere to shut down yet. And then, you know, I'll go as fast as it'll go, you know. I mean, this car, once, you know, minus me being a dumbass, will go as fast as anybody else is going to go.
Yeah. Do you want to say? Nope.
It's never going to happen.
No, his lips are sealed.
Yeah, they're sealed this year.
Messes me. I'll tell you.
And honestly, I want to show it off because it looks so fucking good, but our local
winner right
there's my kryptonite, my fellow butt fucking 5000. I got to put the sticker on too. We're both rocking them now.
Oh boy.
So
yeah, twins.
Yeah, fucking what Jeff said, gang. So you know, like back home, they cried about my fucking car so much last year. It's like I can only imagine this year, you know? Yeah, you know it, buddy. So yeah, we're just gonna keep that under wraps for a little while. I might do something about it later.
There you go. That's 350 double hump head.
There you go. We could dig that. That could go on the next tech card.
Jeff, if you're just not watching, check this out.
Oh, yeah. Feed him that. That's what I need. Thanks.
There you go, right there.
That's great.
There you go. And look at these dudes right here. Luscious.
Dude, quit posting that one. That one pisses me off. It's bringing me back 6 years. You know, it's fucking making me aggressive. Right there. It's making me aggressive. That one I don't mind. That was all fucking Corey Malone made all that shit. That fucker.
Look at that. The one in the middle.
Hit him with Billy too. You gotta give him some Billy.
You want some Billy? Want some Billy?
Oh shit.
Oh boy. Gorgeous. Just like them legs, baby. I heard somebody wanted to ask Jeff this weekend for they wanted to take a selfie with his legs, but
they did. He said he didn't have the proper tan and shave yet. So he's just opening the pool after this event. So I'm sure we'll get some progress pics soon. I hope.
Oh, missing duck lips. I don't know who that is. Facebook user.
I don't know either.
Oh.
What's up, Mikey?
Speaking of nuts, that's why you say nuts, and Mark opened his mouth. He was like,
fucking, I'm starving, dude. I haven't eaten dick all week.
He's ready for
Chris is probably dying on here. Wasn't he on here?
Yeah, he probably sees that and he's gone.
He's gone.
So
what you got?
What's next for y'all? I know you said you're gonna work on the warden's car this weekend, but
we're gonna go get her motor this weekend and get as far as I can on that this week, and then we have a race picked out next week. I just I don't know if I should fuck it. I think we're gonna go turn the clocks on at I-29.
Oh, there you go. She spoke.
Yeah. No, not the next 2 weeks. Fuck no. We're going to race. You get one weekend. You get 2 weeks, but one weekend.
So I guess that'll be 1 weekend and then 2 weeks, but not the weekend.
I seen Blaine was in here. He's been private messaging me, asking me not to come, but I feel like we're just gonna have to. So yeah, we'll be at I-29, I think, and we're gonna go turn the clocks on at Obeer Dick's race, even though he fucking isn't going to turn the clocks on with us. He just going to host an event that does one.
Well, you know he wasn't going to do that. How do you feel about that, turning the clocks on?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I don't want to do it, but at the same time, I feel like it's one track, and it ruins one track. You know, all these tracks are so different. It's not like people don't think I have a 4-second car, right? And who knows if it'll even go 4s there. We get till I go low 5s. Hey, spell check. Wait till I go 5s. Hey, and why are you telling all these people that? Shut up. It's a fucking 650 car.
Did you notice did Brown County, did it seem different than it did last year?
Way different. I mean, it was way slower. It was
where they put the covert in. Could you tell the difference?
Fuck yeah, I could tell the difference. It hated it. It just wouldn't stop spinning. I mean, it literally hated it. Like my car was so happy there last year. You know, I put everything suspension wise back how it was and just said, "Go fuck yourself." Yeah, yeah. Steve knows. There's your COTS OG right there. We were just talking about COTS a little bit ago.
We're planning on it. I'm going to work with Happy. I think me and Happy's going to start doing a little 101 deal.
Yeah, yeah, it's cool. I mean, there's a lot of people we don't know about out there. You know, I mean, for myself, I seem to think I get a lot of how should I ask it? I mean, I just had someone ask me the other day. They said the first time they met me, they didn't know if like they were gonna like love me or fight me or what was gonna happen. Like they didn't know what to expect out of me, so they called my friends and they're like, "What kind of person is this guy?" You know, so I don't know. Maybe you know you're one on. Yeah, I know. I was hoping you were gonna show up to War in the Woods. I've been waiting to race him for sure. I gotta do some stuff on the. Yeah, well, it's time to turn COTS back on, buddy. I got to get out to the East Coast and race those boys. I haven't really made any trips out there. Actually, my old motor's out in the East Coast, Tabor. So the guy that bought that, I don't know if he wants people to know or not, so I won't say nothing. But he bought my motor, my converter, pretty close to the same turbo combo going in a Mustang. So I got a lot of data to give him. I'm going to help him try to hurt some feelings out there.
Yeah.
You know, I always get asked that question. Like people would be like, "Wow, you're not really quite the asshole that we thought you were," or something. It's like, well, I'm not an asshole. I mean, I am an asshole, but I'm not. I have no. If I don't have a reason to be an asshole to you, I'm not one. You know, like if I don't like you and you give me a reason to be a dick, then I make it real apparent. You know, it's just, I don't know, just how I am. Oh shit! He just came right out with it. There's the motor right there. That a boy. Fuck it. Throw him out the window. You know, let him hang.
Oh, now God's back.
Yeah. I mean, it's waiting for it. You know, they'd love to have that back there, but you know, 41 is another tricky track. Like, it just doesn't bring spectators anymore for whatever reason since Steve and them left there. But yeah, I think it'd be cool if you guys did some interviews with some people. You know, let people get to know what they're up against.
And just in case people were wondering, I really like this guy. I always say fuck Mork and everything, but it's just a joke, people. It's just a joke. It's just I get people ask, what did Brandon do to you? Make you so mad?
I've got to ask the same thing.
Nothing. I was like, we get along well. Well, why do you always say fuck Mork or fuck that guy? And I was like, because fuck that guy.
You know, like how I am. Like if I'm not fucking with you, then I don't like you. You know, that's kind of. I feel like I'm the same.
I
feel like there's a lot of guys like that. You know, like it's just like if you're not giving each other, like, you know, my best friends that you'd think was my enemy, but like if I don't fuck around with you, then that might be a little concerning.
It was fucked up when we were in Kentucky the week before when we were going to do the War in the Woods. We were fucking with Dylan, or AKA fuck, really hard. We were fucking with him hard, like, because he was going to sleep. We were going from one spot to the other. He was falling asleep. And we were fucking with him, and he got into his feelings. He started going tears.
I can see Dylan getting his feelings a little bit if he was tired.
And then he got. We dropped him off after we got done so he could change his tampon, and but he didn't come back out. So we went out and ate. But the next morning he's like, "Why y'all so mean to me?" I said, "Well, all right, we'll quit being mean to you, and then just fuck off, dude. You
Yeah.
know,
Yep. Yeah. And then we don't like you.
yeah, if I'm fucking with you, that means I like you,
Yep.
and I know that you can take it. But apparently, he can't take it. He's got soft shoulders. He's got, so he wears padded shoulders. So, uh,
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking old Grudge Joe, man. He's Joe's good shit though. I mean, it's actually funny because Joe was with me at the last two races. He came just to like hang out because his cars aren't done yet, and I think it's like real confusing to people back home because I mean, dude, Joe's a G. He like, for example, we all went to Crossville, right? Me, Joe, and Nick. We brought our cars, and we all like, worked out a deal where if any of us got in the money, we'd take care of each other, right? So yeah, that's a different
I know, I
dude,
know.
dude, holy fuck. So
Oh
so
shit.
yeah, so he went out second round to 50 Cent. 50 Cent guessed the light on him pretty good and got out on him, and Joe couldn't get there. Well, I went up to Joe and I said, all right, how fast did he go? How fast did you go? Like, let's, we're all working together here, right? And Joe looked at me and he's like, man, I just can't tell you that. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, you're never gonna race here again. And we're going like slow as fuck on a backwards track. What is the deal? And he's like, I just, it's just really hard for me. I can't tell you anything. So it was funny that he was like even like hanging out with us and stuff, and like getting the kind of go back and forth with him a little bit on tune-ups and shit like that because Joe ain't like that. He's for Joe, and he's a grudge racer like by heart, and he's a smart motherfucker, and he can. I mean, example like Zach's car. I mean, he took the car, tuned it himself, and fucking was winning races the first week out. Just he's a smart dude. So, but yeah, he's good people. So we all yell "Boost 12's our hero" back here.
Was he the was he one of the first ones to do big block twins? I
Um,
remember when he went. I mean, it was fuck. That was a while. It was a while back.
yeah, that was a long
Uh,
time
and
ago.
when he did that, he was just like he set the bar.
He did. He was it was like the him and Zabo show for a while, like
You
Zabo would
know,
beat his brains in, and then finally Joey got his number and started beating his brains in. It was pretty cool to watch back then. Like Trevor that keeps commenting, he was a part of all that. They were racing their big block nitrous motor. But yeah, I want to say in our area, he was probably one of the first to have twins. And then like it's funny because they said boosted ego. When we were just at the track at Benton, some guy come up to him. He's like, I think you're like the only famous one here I can find. You look a little different. Did you put on some weight? And he's like, you're boosted ego, right? and, and fucking dude, everyone we almost shit our pants. He's like, no, I'm boost 12. And then he came up to him again later, and he's like, here, you need to sign this for me. It was just real fucking weird. It was funny though.
yeah. And I know Brian. I remember the first time I seen Brian out. We went to at Onondaga, then we went to the streets, and um, that car. That's the first time I seen a car, and he said he just got the car rolling or got it together. I think was a couple weeks before that race, and
Yep.
I was like, uh, before the cops show up, they was in round two, and he and I was like, why didn't he make a test hit? I was like, this dude's got it, but apparently they didn't allow test or
Oh,
Byron's didn't make
you're
the
talking
hit,
about
but
Brian White, right? That was just with us
yeah,
this weekend.
yeah, and then I was like, wow, but yeah, I remember when the cops came, we went to that other road, and he was making some licks, and Schoolboy was making some licks too, and it went to them in the finals. And
That's gonna be our duo. That's gonna be an interesting like, Nick Brian built that whole car himself. Like when I tell you that he's a fucking smart engineering fucking outside of the box thinking motherfucker, like watch out because like you can make a comment in front of him and it'll stow in his head if he doesn't understand it all week until he figures it out and then he builds something to beat it. Like I'm not going to speak on his car or anything he does, but He's never raced before. He owns a dirt bike company, like a race team, and like does dirt bike suspension, dirt bike motors, all that kind of shit. So like he's capable of doing anything. Like so, if there's something to make, like I mean, like I said, he'd never even drag raced before, and he built that whole car by hand. You know, everything, the cage, the turbo kit, the underneath it, the every bell and whistle of that car. Like when you look at that car, I promise you, it's deceiving. But Nick, you know, he was new, and we had Nick's car, and I didn't even know who Brian was, and you know, they probably won at it 4 or 5 times, and every time Nick came out on top. So I know, like, you know, he wants Nick's ass, and Nick's just getting his car back Saturday. Finally, he gets it back. So
Oh yeah, is he putting the RC cars down?
he better fucking put the RC car on, or I'm gonna fucking punt him in a lake. Fucking Toys R Us kid, you know, Jesus Christ, is that shit annoying? I mean, he's posting, he got RC car sponsors, for fuck's sake, you know? Yeah, I mean, he's gonna have to come off my back if that keeps happening. But he gets his car back, so that's gonna be like in our area. And you know, my opinion, those are gonna be your two. Yeah. Those are gonna be your two backwards street surface guys from our area to watch out for, no doubt.
Yeah, and before that race, you never met the dude before, have you?
No, I met Brian at the end of last season. Remember, you were at that street race. We beat him with Nick's car in the finals.
Yeah, and that was the first time y'all met.
That was, I believe, the first time I met Brian. Yep. And then
now y'all rolling together.
Yeah, he's been coming. I mean, fuck, he's almost come to every place we've been this year. You know, he's putting time in. But you know, when we were all down, he was going to Alabama. He was going down south. He was testing on the fucking side roads by his house with snow in the ditches. You know, I mean, he's been trying shit. You know, so he's thirsty,
he's hardcore,
and he's running good. He's having fun with it. So he'll be someone to watch out for. You know, he's building a better motor for that car and stuff to try to compete with some of the faster stuff. It was funny because we raced last weekend in the semifinal at Benton before War in the Woods. And he kind of come up to me and he's like, hey, you know, it sucks we drew each other, but like no hard feelings, win or lose, right, bud? And I'm like, not at all, man. I'm like, try to beat the teeth out of me because I'm gonna do the same to you, you know? And we left and the lanes were real greasy. It was hot out, it was PYOP. So early, both cars kind of checked the tire, and he might have had me by like a half a car, and on the back half of the track, I drove away from him pretty decent. And there you go. and he got out of the car and he was getting to shoot, and he's, motherfucker, son of a bitch. And he said, I'm like, whoa. I'm like, what's wrong? And he's like, I fucking hate losing. I'm like, I thought we said no hard feelings, dude. And he's like, there isn't, but I fucking hate losing. And I'm like, I know it sucks, but you don't have enough motor to hang with the car out back yet, you know? And he's like, well, I will soon. I'm like, I bet you will. You know, so he's definitely competitive. He's a good dude. I mean, like, I didn't really realize like what a ride he was at US 60 second round. I raced that Vega, that one Happy's race. And when I pulled the chute at the shutdown, probably 300 feet after the shutdown, I like look over because I like seen something out of the corner of my eye. And he's fucking standing out there shirtless, waving his fucking shirt over his head, doing that like right like 15 feet off the thing. I was so fucking pissed I didn't have a GoPro on the car because I almost crashed the car. I was laughing so fucking hard. And I'm like, oh, this guy's a fucking riot. All right, you know.
Man.
So we got a pretty good little stout little group, you know, of like, I mean, literally like, you know, him and Logan were a photo finish right at US 60, or he was going into final rounds with us, you know. And he didn't have a scramble button, and Logan told me, he's like, man, I didn't expect that from that car. I was on the scramble button the whole fucking ride, and I was like, Brian, if you would have had a fucking button, you would have got it, you know. So I finally got him to put one in, and then he didn't have one against me either, and he's like, fuck. And so he put one in for last weekend. Not that we needed it there, but so yeah, he'll be good. I mean, he's doing really good, you know. I mean, like legit, he's like a year into this, you know. So the car's working really well, and he's very smart, you know. Those kind of, like, I'm not that person. Like, I'm not a fabricator. I can work on all my own shit when it's together, maintenance all my own stuff, do everything I need to do, but I'm not going to sit here and think up and, you know, make something that has never been made before, like people like him, you know? So that's dangerous shit.
Yeah, yeah. And but I have a chassis guy here. You know, he's like, man, I do everything myself. He goes, so if something happens, I've only got one person to blame, and that's me. And I was like,
Yep,
well, you know, if something bad happens, you don't
no
really
doubt.
blame yourself.
Not me. I'm fucking pointing fingers. Fuck.
Oh,
Shit.
so you got any sponsors or anybody you want to give a shout out to? I know you got
Uh,
quite a few.
yeah. Fuck. I gotta go look at my car. I always
Oh
forget
boy.
people. I mean, WIRC, Wisconsin Race Cars, does all my chassis stuff. The mystery motor that was built for me by DRE. That's Soma Racing Engines out in New Jersey. It's fucking, you know, I could like kind of show everybody what's under there, but I'm not really gonna, you know. The comp turbos, our buddy R&D, they rewired the whole car for me and took care of me and my buddy John on all that stuff. Performance Racing transmissions. Dave Clayput, he's not only a sponsor, but become a good friend in all this and helped us out tremendously. He's like just a book of knowledge, you know. I missed having one of the best crew guys out there by a couple of years because he just kind of quit racing and just started focusing on all the transmissions and stuff, and got remarried and everything like that. Because if that guy was out racing with me a few years ago, I swear to God, we would have probably never lose a fucking race. He's so smart. Sticker dude, they take care of all the wrap and keeping the car looking good. Billet Specialties, Glenn's a gangster. He sponsored Ash's car this year too and put some wheels on that. You know, and then there's the wifey, Bad Ash Coatings. Universal Line. Yeah, we always got those in the truck, you know. And then Jeff Green with CIA and Joe Mitten with Revolution help out here and there too. So that's about it, man. But we got a good group of people, and look at how dirty this thing is. How do I even turn this thing around? I don't even know I don't know how to do it. I mean, this fucking like that place is a mud pit. I mean, I have like I said, I have about 5 hours in it cleaning underneath this car in the engine compartment already, and I haven't even touched it. I mean, like look at like what like when did we think it was a good idea to go to racetracks that do this? Like, I mean, it's fucking a mess, you know.
Yeah.
And here's our other mess. This thing's just a mess.
The street car.
It's her new wheels, and then her fucking parts that I get to put on this weekend and throw up. Yeah. Ugh. So, but yeah, that's all we got, man. So, yeah, I just scrubbed the shit out of it. I'm gonna show you real up close and special. You fuck. I'm gonna start promoting your race. Keep it up.
So I know with fuel prices going up and everything, but have you got plans on where you're going to go, or is it just maybe a weekend by weekend case?
Well, I know, like I said, I think our plan is to go to I-29 next weekend. Honestly, the reason for that is that I don't know if everybody else has noticed this or not, but I keep seeing every fucking weekend Beater Bomb just taking home pots. And I don't even know where the motherfucker's racing at. So he sure as fuck ain't coming and racing any of us or anybody. I don't even know who he's racing. I don't even see anybody at the races. So when Blaine was messaging me, I'm like, well, is Joe racing? And he's like, no. And I'm like, oh, so Blaine's just gonna clean this house up probably. So I kind of decided that I'm gonna see if I can put a wedge to that. So that's why we're going there. And then the following weekend, Joey wants to go to No Prep Kings in Ohio. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that yet. And then the weekend after that, we have our home race here at Union Grove, which is MKE. You'll be there. So, like I said, I'm going to keep posting about that. And if anybody has any questions about it, they can either reach out to me or Mike Cotis. Like I said, there's 2 classes, or there's like 3. There's a bunch of classes. There's banger class. There's old school class. There's modern muscle class that hopefully we can get Ash's car done for that she races in. She won it last time. There's 275, which is you got to have steel doors, full interior, pretty much. No exposed metal, I believe. Charging and cooling, drive to and from the lanes. And then there's small tire TTF 28, pretty much run what you brung. It might be steel roof and quarters. I don't know. But that's so I mean it'll be a good turnout. People started locking in after I made that post and stuff. So hopefully we get some people to which Joey?
Both of them. Both of them.
Both of them? I mean, there's a good chance, they're both fucking fast. I just want to race them, It's like,
You just want to see where you stand?
yeah, exactly. I don't care if I lose. It don't matter.
It ain't like haven't been beat before.
No, I mean, I just got beat by Jeff, So, I mean, you're going to lose. You're going to lose more than you win in this. And the faster you can accept that, the faster you can have fun doing it, So at least I was fortunate enough to get to a place to make some money. Because like you said, with fuel prices and stuff, I mean, they're saying $9-10 by August. I don't know who's going to keep racing. I'm probably, if that happens, we'll probably be forced to just park stuff. I mean, even if I was filthy rich, I don't know that I'd pay for that ignorance. Plus, who's going to be there when we go? That's my thing. Like you go to, even if you take the chance traveling, like your normal person. I mean, how can they go to that track anymore? How can they make a 6-hour ride and spend $1,000 or more on fuel? I mean, it's just I don't see it happening. Yeah. I think that's going to be a buzzkill to our season if that happens. Unfortunately, at least I think so. So
do I gotta pass by your house to go up there?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you can stay here if you need to.
I'm gonna have to come by and piss on your tires.
Yeah, you can do that.
Clean it off. Get a picture underneath the hood and then post it.
There you go. But yeah, you can stay here if you need to that weekend. I'm like 50 minutes from the track probably, and it's like just straight north of me. So, but yeah. So as far as now, those are the few races that we're planning on. Oh, I think after I fucking looped the car out and then he beat my brains in on that fucking thing. I wasn't even ready for that. I don't want to race him on the street. I want to race him somewhere fast. So, and then I think we're planning on coming. The last race I know of for sure that we're all planning on coming to is yours and Happy's deal that he's been posting about at that Kentucky place.
Yeah, front side of the track at Kentucky Cash Days. They're doing a Friday night deal. No, they're doing a Friday night deal back at the track, and then the Saturday is the front side.
Yeah, the weird thing is the modern class that we're going to try to bring Ashley's car there for is run backwards 1/4 mile, ain't it?
Don't get me in line.
Dude, I think it's like a backwards 1/4 mile race. That could be kind of crazy. I hope she's fucking ready to throw her nuts out the window.
Wow. I didn't know. I guess I have to look at that. I didn't even see that.
That's what I thought I seen because I thought I seen that on Friday, and I thought everything Friday was backwards, so that could be pretty interesting. I mean, that's a fucking radial too. Wow. A DOT radial backwards. I don't know. It could be pretty interesting, but I think we're gonna try it. So I know she's ready to go racing. So once her car's ready, I'm gonna be. We're gonna have. I'm gonna be the only one left that can afford to race. There's not many people that are gonna be able to race. You know what I mean? I mean, I just and even if they can't, like I know, I was talking to Rankin this weekend. In Pennsylvania, diesel's already $6.70 a gallon. I mean, what the fuck? I don't know. Like you said, they want to. Yeah, I know you're ready. They want to take the middle class right out of this situation and have rich and have poor and make us dependent on the government and everybody else. So, anybody watching that voted for Biden, fuck you. And that's just how I feel about it. So, I mean, but by now, who doesn't, right? I mean, it's just all nuts. So, I mean, if they take away the one thing we all like to love or all love to do, it's just going to be unfortunate. So, yeah. You know what I mean? I mean, think about all the time you put in, even in the little car, shit's getting ridiculous, right? I mean, fuck, I just filled up my little diesel Jetta today, fucking $78. I was like, are you fucking nuts? $78.
You still drive that little thing?
Yeah, that's all I drive. Like, cause on the job sites, I'm not going to take my truck. I'm not going to fuck it up. So my truck literally sits unless it's getting pulled in the trailer. Yeah. So
how do you like that? How do you like that? The bed?
You know what? I love it. Like it grew on me. I think it looks tough. I got the right one. I love it. I don't even have to look behind me anymore and worry about fucking ripping off my bed, you know? Like, I mean, because I would have taken it off at War in the Woods. I did last time. And that was the goal, is to have a flatbed on it before I got to that race. And it worked out. So honestly, I like it a lot. And the truck drives nicer because it's a little bit heavier. So it's a better ride. But yeah, no, it's good.
Did you have any problems pulling in the Brown County with it?
Nope, not at all. Didn't even look back there. Didn't even fucking care. I knew there's no way it could. The only way it's hitting this bed is if I fucking put the whole setup on its side.
3-wheel in it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's sleep driving, you know. So no, it was a good choice. But
yeah. All right.
So yeah, that's about it,
You got
buddy.
anything else?
I don't know. Not really. Gotta get back up at 4 o'clock and go be a peasant.
Yeah, me too. I
Yep.
got.
Are you still working at all? You still driving truck?
No.
No, I didn't think so. Yeah.
I'm tired, but I got something I got to do in the morning. I got to get up early. So.
Do you have someone in your truck?
No.
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 Gotcha.
I got stuff. I
see Dylan's moving down by Happy. That's his new brother.
Boy.
Yeah.
Boy.
He told me all about it today.
He's going to be on that Kentucky time. If you ask if you're in Kentucky and somebody tells you it's 30 minutes, it's 45 to 50 minutes.
He's bad, huh? Yeah, I've had a few
bad. He's going to get on that Kentucky time.
Hell yeah. But no, man, that's it. It was good talking to you. Fucking anybody else that's out there watching, always come say what's up or come have drinks with us in the pits. That's what we like doing. So I don't know if everybody's seen, but Ash decided to try to start a little YouTube deal. So she made her first video. I think she killed it for her first video. Myself, I mean, she's never edited a video or done anything like that with no fancy computers or anything like that. But like Billy and Chief and them kept messaging me, and they're like, "You guys got to start making some content because you guys have too much fun or too wild to not do it." So, but it's cool. Like she made like a whole little thing of the weekend. If anybody didn't see it, check it out. I don't know. I enjoyed it.
Give the plug of the channel.
It's just 247, one word with a underscore and then motorsport. Same thing as our Instagram.
And it's spelled out. It's spelled out.
Spelled out 247, yeah, underscore and then motorsports. But I don't know. We'll see. If people like it, we'll keep doing it. If they don't, we'll stop.
I watched it.
I appreciate it.
I watched it. It was
I had nothing to do with it, but I actually appreciate that she's watching. I literally didn't even look at it until I watched it this morning on the way to work. I woke up for work at 4 o'clock and I'm like, why the fuck is the spare or guest bedroom light on? I go in there and she's just laying on the bed and like looks at me and she's like, it's finally live. And I'm like, you've been working on that all fucking night. Cause she had to figure out all the software and how to clip stuff and how to add music in. Then you got to pay for all the rights to the music and do all that stuff. So I guess it was pretty involved. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't partake in it. But I think she killed it. I mean, I watched it a couple of times. I enjoyed it, but I could be impartial, So
no,
if anyone's got,
I watched it. I subscribed. Pretty good, That's what I like watching a bunch of stuff, different videos and editing stuff because I've been editing videos for a couple of decades now, and you're always learning something.
Yeah,
and
I bet. I don't know. I don't have the patience.
You get the hang of it. Wait till she has to blur out your little clip that you show here. It's got a little motion blur on there, little dot.
I don't know. A lot of people ask us were asking us to make like videos of our weekends, like what goes into it, what the trip, the tow, the loading up, the everything that goes into it. So I guess my thing with it was like I was kind of leery on. I'm like, okay, am I supposed to sit here and like I talked to Chief a little bit about it, and he's like, man, just spill it. He's like, because you want to, like, the people that like it want to know what's going on that don't know what's going on. And in my head, I'm like, well, so I'm supposed to like talk about changes I'm doing to the car and how to tune the car and stuff like that. I don't know. Is that stuff I want to be saying or not? So I'm a little unsure of that part of it still, I guess. But I mean, as far as yeah, there you go. As far as like her just putting together a whole thing, like I think it's cool too because a lot of people that live, you know, like out east, if they watch the video, they get a pretty good breakdown of like what Brown County is really all about, you know, because how do you even explain that place to somebody? You know what I mean? It's wild. Like it's
It's gangster,
that
man. That's what I
it,
said. You got to have something that clank to run down there. I
you
mean,
really do, you know, it's like, and if you make a trip all the way there, you know, say like the Tabers that are watching, like if you know, I know they like to drive cars, they're not going to be someone that's going to come there and not race, but there's people that have got there. I mean, you know, there was someone this go around at War in the Woods that won first round, and after Nick crashed, he seen his buddy crash, he just said, "Hey, it's not for me," you know, and respectfully just put his car in the trailer, you know, and didn't even go on and race second round, even though he made it. And then there's people like my one buddy got there. I told him over and over and over, I'm like, "You're not. This isn't for you." Last fall, and he made a killer hit to 330. Panicked, lifted, lost, said, "Hey, I don't give a fuck. I'm putting my car back in the trailer and I will never race here again." You know, so I guess the video kind of we go over kind of a bunch of the stuff and the kind of show you stuff. I mean, it's way safer than it was. I mean, let's be honest. Like, you know, if that grass was still in the middle, 500 feet and beyond, we probably would have seen 5 more accidents first round. Um,
yeah,
so that was
and
big. And then the fact that there's a wall to get into before you get into the trees and the ravines like before. But I mean, you know, before, if you had no idea what you were getting into besides, damn, that place is sketchy. Well, I mean, what does that really mean to us? You know what I mean? So you get there. So it's kind of a cool, like that. There's a bunch of videos out there now from different people's YouTubes. I know like um, Billy or Bill posted one after the fall, like the next day after the race was over, they kind of like took a tour of it and all that stuff. But I think that stuff's all like really cool because how else do you mentally prepare or even make the decision to make a journey to it if you don't know what it's about, you know? So I think
yeah,
that's kind of a cool aspect of like some of these teams and stuff making videos is you just kind of get to see different places. I mean, if you're an outside of the box thinker, you're watching what the cars are doing and you know, if you're coming there and going off the trailer, that gives you an idea, right? Um,
yeah.
of how fast of a track it is, because you know it's kind of hard to judge tracks first time, especially if you go there 12 hours away and draw. Yeah, I agree, Jasper. I mean, you know, I mean Jasper might not have wrecked last year if that asphalt was where it was. You know, he was right on that verge. You know, I'm like of where it was and wasn't. But regardless, he wouldn't have got into trees, right? He would have hit a concrete wall. So, and honestly, more than the walls or the middle, my favorite improvement to the track was the fucking chain link fence to keep the spectators off the guardrails that are at your
Facts,
knees
facts.
500 feet, and my car is buzzing them this far away from them. Like, how about the balls of them? Like, you talk about the balls of the driver. Like, no chance would I ever fucking would I ever stay there? Hey, I don't think I owe you anymore, but I'll give it to you, you daddy. I think you used all those, you prick. All over a broken boost clamp.
Was that
Hey,
from
what type of hit
that
that
was
pussy
from
did?
Southall, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Remember first round? Yeah, he beat me going like a whopping 590. Real impressive. Um, that pussy right there. I know. I love you too. He didn't come because he was a little nervous about the rain. And I sent him pictures of the surface. He's like, man, I thought it was gonna be bad, but fuck that place. The starting line looks like shit. This looks like shit. And I mean, he was right. It was slow. It was way slower than we thought it was gonna be. Not early. It was just slow later. You know, like the back half. So,
Yeah,
um, so yeah, I don't know. Like, you know, I think like watching people's stuff like that is a cool gauge or whatever, you know. So I mean, there's obviously some people that have been doing it forever that put together some badass videos, and I don't know. Hopefully, we'll have some of them up there soon. Can you what? Come on the feed? What's he want to say?
yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
scared.
bring him on.
I'm all the way down in the barn.
He's got to come to the barn. Tell him to
He's
run.
dude. It's
Tell him to
cool
get on
like
his
that.
bike and motorcycle and ride down there. He
Yeah.
every time, you know what's fucked up is he's always when I'm flagging, he's all, man, hey, bet me 20. I said, dude, I don't bet on races. He's like,
Dude,
I'm up $400 this weekend. I'm like, God dang.
he's yeah, I know he's doing it's cool because like now that like when we got there, usually I'll throw them like 20 to 60 bucks and say, here, when it's out, it's out, do your thing betting or whatever. But we got there and Jeff was like, hey, little man, you want to do me a favor? I'll pay you. Go put garbage bags in all the cans. So Jeff threw him like 40 bucks. And then by like the semifinals, he's like, Dad, it's like 300 bucks already. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, you're paying for gas if we lose. And he's like, no, I'm not paying for anything, so it was giving him a hard time. But then dude, when I came back after Jeff beat me, he bet like 80 bucks on it. So he was so fucking pissed off at me. He's like, you had to jump. I'm like, I don't know that it mattered, dude. He's like, well, what, you didn't even give it a chance. And I'm like, dude, what's the problem? He's like, I lost $80. So I went in my pocket. I'm like, here's $80. Relax, like fucking chill out. I'm like, if you're gonna bet like a man, you got to act like it when you lose,
Yeah.
But there was also a couple guys that bet him and Avery's little brother, and they didn't pay him, and they just disappeared. And then they told him it wasn't them, so I had to go into, I won't say who it was, but I had to go into their trailer. He's banging on the door trying to get it. I had to go into their trailer, and then they finally admitted it to me and paid up.
Yeah, because I remember when we were up there, you were asking where they were at, and I was like, fuck, I don't know.
Yeah,
they could be anywhere.
Lando, hello. What's up, little man? Yeah, no, so that was cool, but it's cool to see him like get into it like this, I mean, we're already I'm starting to look for a roller for him already, to start putting something together. You want to say hi?
Hi, Lumpy.
What's up, man? He probably can't hear you with that.
So, oh yeah, you have to put this on your ear. You can't hear anything.
Hello.
What's up? You on bet 20?
Huh?
You bet 20? You on bet 20 that your dad don't jump?
You gonna bet? You tried to bet him every round?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You always said no, but like.
Dude, and then he wiped out on the dirt bike because Tommy was coming up the hill, and then he laid the bike down, so his hands were all beat up. So he said that he's like, Dad, when people aren't betting me, I'm showing them my hands and telling them I got medical expenses. I'm like, all right. I'm like, that's a good hustle. You can't take it away from him, So
how much did he win at Brown County? I know he told me he's like what you said he was up what $300 or something?
Yeah, $300. Yeah. So, but I mean, but the cool thing was I didn't even give him money that time. I mean, I seen them flipping quarters. They were doing all sorts of shit. So, but it's cool because there's, all these tracks we're going to. Like, he just turned 12, so we're starting to get a decent amount of like, kids that age, and like whether he can bring a buddy or not, like he always finds people to have fun with, and everybody always treats him. He got like the track guy there didn't know he was my kid at first, so he kept kicking him off the line. I went up, I'm like, hey, dude. I'm like, that's my kid. Is it cool if he just sits up here and demos? Like, oh, I know it's your kid. He's straight. You let him be up here. He's fine. So that was cool. But like, he's getting into it. I mean, I want him to eventually take over whatever it is. My car, start with her car, his own car, whatever. But I mean, I think I have more fun. I think watching Ashley race and like being on the line and talking shit and betting and doing that than I do actually driving. I think sometimes. So when he's doing it, I'm going to be a nut. You know what I mean? Like, that'll be cool. So, hopefully he sticks with it. But I tell you, if your balls aren't big, you can't throw them out the window, then Dad's taking back over. That's what it's all about. But you should have seen him. He was shocked. He thought Avery was like 25 years old. And Avery's like, damn, boy, I'm barely older than you. I'm in high school. And like, he was shocked, right?
Yeah. I thought he was 24.
Yeah. He's 18. So, but it's cool, like Avery, Avery's been out there doing it for like 3 years already. I mean, that's badass. Is that what you're going to do? Sure.
Mm-hmm.
You got this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to line you up.
Yeah. You want to drive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to jump?
No.
Are you sure?
So
Olympia, keep you honest.
That's true.
Yeah. But no, he had a good time, right? He had fun?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else you want to tell these people, these wild people?
Did you have fun on your dirt bike? You was killing it. What was it Friday?
Yeah.
Friday night after the rain?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Or actually before everybody got there, and then after the rain, he was out. He was wheeling and dealing.
Oh yeah, he went through 2 tanks of gas just on Friday alone. Same with
Who,
at
who was
Benton
that
at
old
the.
boy that? Who was that old boy that he was mad at him for flying by?
Oh, dude, I still don't know who that is. What happened?
One.
Someone yelled at you for getting dust in their turbos or something.
This is track owner.
See, that's why I don't know. I thought it was one of the track owners, but I don't know. I don't know that a track owner had a car there.
I don't
So,
think so.
but the guy came up to me because he's like, "Hey, listen, I know it's your kid, but I've asked him like 3 times to calm down because he's going by and like blowing dust in my turbo and in the car. And every time I say something to him, he gives me a stupid look and comes by faster." I was like, "Oh, my kid," So he came and asked me, and then I got in his ass a little bit.
Look at
But
that. Look at that screen, Landon.
not fucking.
No.
He learned someone Winkles offered him $50 and a steak dinner if he'd hit me in the head when I was on FaceTime, and he cracked me in the back of the head. I got off the phone. I was like, "Boy, you want a house? $50 in lunch?" I'm like, "You want a house to live in?"
So they get my lunch.
Oh, yeah. But that's what you get for listening to Winkles.
Oh God, that guy.
Yeah. Yep.
That guy.
So
That guy.
Lippy's got a sheep under the table.
Oh. So, Landon, you got any sponsors?
You got sponsors?
I did.
Yeah, you used to for BMX and stuff. But that's Landon's wall art up there. All them trophies up there from him.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
So the competition's in him.
Oh yeah. I mean, he was jumping the dirt bike when he was like 5 or 6. We just we didn't stay with it. So I mean, he's been awesome at everything he does. So it's just got to get him to do it. But we'll have a car in the next couple of years, right? What kind of car you want?
Some sort of
Don't say a Mustang.
Yeah, what kind?
Shut up, Limpy.
Oh, see.
I've got a Mustang too. So
Yeah. What kind of motor? What are we going with?
I don't know anything about motors.
Well, you know what motor you want. I told him he's got to make up his mind, right? You got to
can't
either
go
pick.
fast with a Ford.
You either got. I don't know. You got to have. You either got to have what I tell you. You either got to make a car that we can drive to school and race, or you got to get a shit box like that, and then a car that you just race, right?
Yeah.
So what'd you decide?
Doesn't know.
Still don't know. Okay. Well, that's what we're working on.
There you go.
So
Want something like
It's going to be boosted though, huh?
yeah, definitely it's some turbo, something.
Definitely.
So
Oh,
that's it, man.
oh.
I know he's
Mama's
being
on there.
shy, isn't he? Mom's yelling at you. You're not talking enough.
What?
So who's faster, mom or dad?
I can't say that.
Enough said. Yeah, tell me you're grounded without telling me you're grounded.
Damn. See who
Yeah.
gets lined up out of the tracks next time.
Yeah. Hopefully him. I didn't say it.
Wow.
Yeah. Good shit.
Oh man.
All right, brother. Well, you guys have a good night. I'm taking my ass to bed. You say bye to everybody.
All right.
Bye.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
Later.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
We'll see you in a couple, 2-3 weeks.
Yes, sir. Yeah, let me know if you need a place to stay. We'll be here.
All right, bro.
All right,
Good
bro.
night.
Later.
Later. All right, people. I'd like to thank Brandon for coming on. Landon, Ashley. Y'all go check out 247 Motorsports. That's their channel. And good content. And it's only going to get better because she's just getting started. So when she gets started, she'll get the itch. She'll get the itch and she'll start filming everything. I don't know if she wants to film. Wait, everything. Oh, nasty boy. Nasty boy. Nasty boy. Hold on. Bam. 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 Look at that. Look at that. Wow. Look at that. Billy. Man, I looked at that video or that picture and I could have swore that I looked at it and I was like, Oh, pick his nose. All right, hold on. Let me go. Oh, hold on. Let me get the middle finger up there. No, he's a good dude. They're good family. Good family oriented. They're all about racing, doing it as family. Congrats to them, man. And I'll leave you with this. That never gets old. That never gets old. That never gets old. All right. Appreciate it. We'll see y'all at the park after dark this weekend, and then I'll be on vacation with the warden, and then the next weekend we'll be in H Town, Hawthorne, Oklahoma, on the streets, and then after that I'll be hanging with them in Milwaukee. Milwaukee. All right. Y'all have a good night. Love y'all.